Here is the final result. As you can see, I decided to stitch it 3 times. And it actually aligned pretty good even on the other side. I think the other side has a little bit bigger of a gap there, but it really aligned pretty good. So as you can see, 3 stitches, and here is about how it mounts on the back. Still kind of working out that. There's a grommet under here, grommet there, grommet here, and it connects to those other grommets. It goes under here because the seat is supported. There's a hole here that's bolted on to the slider. So it turned out pretty good. Things looking pretty good. Now I'm preparing for the back here. So you can see I went lengthwise, decided to go lengthwise. I can just kind of sew it up into place. And I think after that I will do the plaque, the Dodge plaque on it, and cut the holes for the headrests. And after that, it'll just be a matter of sticking in a little place for the zipper. Again, for the backrest, have this elongated piece. The problem is, or the issue is, or was, how to actually get it over here evenly to be able to pin stuff correctly to get the right measurements. So what I've done is I just folded it over, and I just folded another piece over to here. Then I can actually see visually once I get this pin to there, and just make sure it's nice and even across the top so everything stays square. I just measure from this end to this end that's folded, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin this up, then I'm going to get this aligned on the top. Then I can be sure, or at least with confidence, that everything will stay square. Here is the back partially sewn. So I just used the same method as I did for the actual seat base bottom there. Folded it under here, and folded the corners under, pinned it up here to where it needed to be, and then the other side. So once my folds were pinned into place, I took it all out. I marked it, since so much of it was going to be folded under like it is right there. Then I cut it all the way across. Then, of course, I sewed it all the way across. Now, of course, as you can see, I'm not quite 100% done yet. I still have some pins in place. And here's the back side. See this little fold? The grommets will go into here and meet up with this as it folds over. And as it slips, this will slip over the seat, and this will protect the seat from the straps and the grommets themselves. This will basically lie underneath this as it comes over, so it's going to be pretty much like this. And of course, I just pinned this together. And so what I did is I actually measured. I would take it up, I'd pin it, I'd take a look. Then I measured the distance from here to the pin, from the end to the pin. Then I measured the distance from here to the end of this to make sure everything stayed square. It was a hassle, it was annoying, but it worked. And as you can see, I still have some pins here. So, and those little markings I talked about earlier, here they are. They're a little off, but they're not too bad. Still, when I pinned this up, there was only just a little bit of ununiform crease, so that's not bad. Here's that mark, and here's this mark. As you can see, it's just a little bit lower over there. Now, what I did to get these, I guess, average, just took a piece of paper and kind of followed along where the pins were. I lowered a little bit inward since our seam needs to be a little bit more inside. Then I marked those on the opposite side, and I did the same over here, so now I can have an average of them. This is from the opposite side. So all in all, it averaged out fairly, or at least it matched up fairly well. And I'm going to put it back over that to see what more I need to do for this. Of course, I'm going to have to cut this short too and sew it up. As you can see, it's still raw, or still the unfinished edge there. So this is going to have to be cut short quite a bit. Working out. And here we have this sewn up. This was a little odd to sew, but most of this is gonna be cut off anyway when I turn this inside out. Or, well, inside out. Right now it's right side out. And here's all the grommets sewn. Of course, I went over these twice. I only went over these once because this is quadruple layered. So there it all is. Next will be the grommets themselves, of course, and then I believe I am going to just unpin this, do the plaque that needs to be done, and then this will be sewn, and that'll almost be done. Not quite. You still have the crease in the middle. That's going to have a little separate zipper section, so it can be unzipped to be separated and cleaned out without having anything falling through the crack of the seat. And then after that, that'll be it. The grommets are done, getting ready for the embroidery. Now with this, the final edge here to be sewn, we're going to probably mark along each side, this side and this side, with a marker, and then unpin it to unfold it and fold it the opposite way, so that this will be actually inward instead of outward. Obviously we're not going to sew it on the outside, we're going to sew it on the inside, so the seam is on the inside. So we got to completely fold this the other direction. This is lining up the embroidery here. And I already mentioned the grommets are done, so just about done.